Okay, Leroy Sane is not going to the World Cup. He's been left out of the German squad by Jurgen Löw, and there could be multiple reasons for this. It is surprising, considering the season that Man City have had and the season that Leroy Sané has had at Man City, with where some of his creative play, some of his performances have been very, very good. But a lot of the things that Man City have done as the individual players has been very good, and as a team collective. Obviously, Jurgen Löw has seen something in Leroy Sané's game that doesn't quite meet the demands that the German national side have. And let's be clear here: Jurgen Löw has been around the German international side and the setup for 14 years. He's been an assistant coach in 2006 when they got to the semi-finals and finished third, and obviously he's been the coach when they went on to win the finals 4 years ago. So he knows his way around international football. He's coached a lot of games now for Germany at the World Cup. The Germans are a very, very good side. The fact that they can actually afford to admit players like Mario Götze as well, it's not just Leroy Sané, Mario Götze isn't in this side, says how good this team is. That they can afford to leave players like Leroy Sané, Mario Götze out. Obviously, Leroy Sané, the style of football played at Man City is different to the style of football played by the German national side and by the majority of German players for their clubs. That could be one reason. So his style of football that he's been playing and the role he's been playing at Man City differs to the role that he would be required to play at the German side. For example, that could be one of the reasons. He may have actually had a slight dip in form for the national side, where he's not quite performing at the same level he is for his club side, because he's now with a different group of people that he doesn't regularly spend time with. Most of his footballing career, or most of his season, is spent with Manchester City. He goes over to the German national side every international break for a couple of internationals, like qualifiers and friendlies, and then goes back to his club side. So he's only with the national side for a couple of weeks at a time during international breaks. Obviously, the chemistry between teammates is important, how they work well together in partnerships and little passing triangles and combinations. Clearly, Jurgen Löw has seen something in Leroy Sané that doesn't quite fit with the dynamic he wants the German side, be it tactically for some reason, or it could be Leroy Sané is possibly carrying a slight injury. He's played a lot of games this season. There's no winter break in English football. That could be another reason why. Is he feeling the pace a little bit of a very rigorous season in the Premier League compared to the Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, and the other leagues in Europe? Could Leroy Sané be feeling the effects now of a really hard-fought Premier League campaign? And a lot of coaches have said that if the English Premier League had a winter break, their players would be better off. And that could have an effect. The fact that he hasn't had that winter break, and he has had injuries this season. He has been out injured at times this season. So there could be some lingering injuries there, little knocks, or he's not fully recovered from all the injuries he's had all season. There's a lot of wear and tear on the body, and that could also be part of the consideration and part of the discussions. But it is a surprise. But Mario Götze is not in there, and he scored the winner in the World Cup final 4 years ago. So, players that were key aren't there this year. But the Germans have had a high turnover of players. Several players have moved on and retired, or retired from international football. Others have retired completely. Miroslav Klose, who 4 years ago was part of the German squad, is now an assistant coach and possibly a future German coach himself. Has Miroslav Klose, as an ex-international, more recently had some input on the decision, considering that he would have seen Sané at youth level and bit at training camps, and he had some input with Jurgen Löw as an assistant on seeing how he's only recently left the professional game. Has his input been considered as well? That's interesting. But no, I'm going to leave that there. Please leave your thoughts below, your comments, and I'll have some more videos for you soon. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. They are exceptionally important to you. They are your friends here. So I shall see you soon. This is the only video for tonight. I would normally do more videos in an evening, but there's a lot of things going on over here with me, with my family. I've got family coming and going, and so it's kind of difficult to keep up to speed with everything. It's been it's going to be a bit of a hectic week this week over here my end, so some of my video content might be a bit less, but hey, thank you for getting this far. I appreciate every view that we get, so I shall see you soon.